So, yeah. So I've been playing. Yeah, I've been playing guitar lately. I've been getting back into it because I actually played guitar as a teenager. I started in my early adolescence at the age of 11. That's when I got into rock music. I was listening to a lot of '80s hair metal bands like Poison, Twisted Sister, Def Leppard. And then I thought playing guitar was very very cool. And then my mom signed me up for lessons. I played, got good at it. Then I stopped for a while because I was playing sports. I was playing football and basketball throughout middle school and early high school. And then when I was 16, I started rapping. Up until this very day at the age of 25. Now I do both. I started getting back into guitar recently because I've been leaning back into rock, especially hard rock. Heavy metal. So.
Okay. What about you from rap to hard rock?
What brought me from rap to hard rock?
Yeah.
So like I said, rock is what I was into when when I was a kid. Of course, heavy metal for the most part. Like I said, I started off with the '80s, hair and glam metal bands, and then as I got older, I got into the real heavy metal. Like Metallica, Slipknot, Five Finger Death Punch, Disturbed. And then I was into that throughout my early adolescence, and like I said, I started rapping at 16. But what brought me back to rock is pretty much Pretty much just listening to it more. I was actually listening to more of it, throughout the quarantine, throughout the COVID pandemic. I wrote my last rap album, Autistically Dope 2, during the COVID pandemic. Recorded it, put it out in October of 2020, and then I just started listening to a lot of metal bands again, like Disturbed, Slipknot. Also my dad got his tickets to Riot Fest for Christmas. Riot Fest for 2021. We were seeing major bands like Slipknot, Smashing Pumpkins, Anthrax, Rise Against. Even saw some rap shows like Vic Mensa, Run the Jewels, to name a few. So just started listening to music again, and decided pick up a guitar and then trying to find my a good rock and roll sound for me.
Are you still gonna rap?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've been like I said, I've been rapping since I was 16. I'm 25 now. When I started rapping at the age of 16, it wasn't easy to get into. In fact, even my buddy right here, D-Rail, was helping me with that because he was a rapper himself.
A lot of comping.
Yeah. He was
comping.
Yeah, he was my audio engineer. I recorded at his house. I did my whole first album at his house. It was a lot of work. Getting good at rap. And I was kind of such a beginner that like you said, he had to do a lot of comping, and I had a lot of work to do to get my skills built up, and it took me years to finally have it all down. So I'm not going to let that go to waste. I'm definitely going to incorporate my rap skills into this rock music I'm working on.
So who's your friend sitting next to you?
D-Rail. Yeah, his real name's Daryl Payak. Yeah, he goes by D-Rail. That's always been his stage name. He and I were buddies in high school, and I always knew he was a rapper. He was known around our whole high school as a rapper with his own studio recording records. And one day, I came up to him. I think was that at lunch in the cafeteria, or was that the Sadie's dance that I came up to you and I was like,
It was so long ago. I don't remember anything from back then. It's all kind of blur.
yes. So anyway, it was either at lunch in the cafeteria or at the Sadie's dance. I went up to him and I was like, yo, D-Rail, I decided I'm gonna be a rapper now. I've been thinking long on it, and I decided I want to rap now. Do you think you can help me? And then he was giving me advice on counting bars and beats and writing lyrics, making hip hop music. And then and then one day he lets me come to a studio or record on the house, and we did a whole album, and he's even recorded some of my songs for my latest album, Autistically Dope 2. He did some of them. The others I did down at Gremlin in Gremlin Studios in Aurora. But no, he's nah, dude. No, I definitely got to give D-Rail credit for really helping me, break into it. Another reason why I can't let this, the rap skills I've, been working on go to waste.
Okay. D-Rail, what kind of work have you done for Jonah?
I produced a couple albums, recorded and mixed. I think it started with, when was Route 58, like 12 years ago?
Yeah. We recorded.
11.
Yeah, we recorded the first song in the middle of 2014, and then we got it done by like
It was like 10 years ago.
we got it done by like early 2015.
It was a lot of editing, but we got it to where it needed to be. A ton of freaking editing.
How long have you been audio engineering?
That's a great question. I need to think on that for a second.
Take your time.
I want to say maybe because I remember when I was 13, I was a tracking assistant at a studio. So I would track, I would get everything set up, I'd get mics positioned, of course the biggest part of that is always getting the drum mic set up. That's always takes a while. Getting the sound that you need to go for in the tracking, that's a lot more important than, you want to do as much as you can in the tracking step and as little as possible in the mixing end. And I want to say by 2009, I think we got my studio to functional condition, and that's when I started recruiting clients. I think the first clients I had were Era One, is what they went by. They were a trio. And the industry was, as far as publishing music, it was a lot different back then. Now it's it wasn't as oversaturated as it is now, so stuff that was good tended to get more views and more attention. Now it's just kind of about marketing and promotion, and whoever has the best marketing strategy. Even if you suck, you get popular. It's kind of backwards now. It used to be different.
Are you a rapper too?
I am, but hip hop has always kind of been my side thing. Audio production has always been my main kind of course in life. I like rap, like it is a big part of my life, but it's always been kind of on and off, where there'll be a year or two where I'll go really hard at it, and a year or two where I don't, but audio production has always been kind of the main thing that's been consistent throughout life, and that's what I do full time. And then really where it's kind of gotten over time is just because doing audio full time, it kind of takes up your time, and you kind of lose that time to work on your own music, because it gets to a point where, like, when it's your job, you're losing money when you work on your music. So it's like, even though I'm not technically paying to produce my music, I am, because it's taking time away from other clients, and like realistically it costs about $1,000 to produce one of my songs, if you account for lost income in the time that I would have made with other clients had I not been working on one of my songs. So really, now I think it's just about finding time, and it's really just a matter of finding time.
How long have you been rapping?
Quite a while, like since you were like 6.
Yeah, like 6. I can, it's everything that far back is a blur to me. I don't really remember that much from elementary school, but I do remember in 2nd grade having a notebook full of bars in my desk. So that's,
there you go.
Somewhere around there.
Who are your biggest inspirations to rap?
I want to say, I can't necessarily equate to an inspiration, because it's kind of just a passion that's kind of discreet for me. But if we're going off people that I think I'm the most similar to, I would say like Eminem. A lot of people say I sound like Eminem a lot. If you really break it down, there's definitely some differences between the two. But as far as artists that everyone's familiar with, I think I would be most similar to Eminem.
Well, yeah, I've heard someone compare you to 6ix9ine, saying you're like the lyrical 6ix9ine, like the equivalent of if Tekashi 6ix9ine was lyrical.
I think in that sense they could potentially be comparing the vocals, because I do a lot of really heavy vocals, so that could be what they mean. But I think in general practice, as far as style and flow and content, most similar to Eminem. But again, on a technical side, there are some differences. There are some pretty big differences. performances. I think being, when it comes to making music, I think a way to stand out is being unique.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah,
uniqueness
for sure.
is important. So I don't know. I just do what I like, and if it resonates with other people, cool. Like I like that.
Yeah, well, even Snoop said it himself when he was commenting when he and he 50 Cent and G Unit were commenting on mumble rappers. You know, Snoop was saying, you know, once you have a certain style, you know, no one can do that style but you.
Exactly.
You know, of course he was saying.
I think you just have to work on it. You have to really, honestly, with hip hop, everybody, all the people that have the most defined styles, I think it's something that's simply developed over the course of doing it. Like you don't really have to try to sound a specific way. You just do it and get good at it, and then however you naturally sound, I think that's what you should rock with, because that's what you're naturally gonna do best.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Jalen, let me bring you back into this. How long have you been rapping?
So I said earlier that I've been doing it since I was 16. I'm 25 now, so that's almost 9 years actually. Because I know I started in like early 2014. Come to think of it, we're just about at the 9 year mark. Because I know I was writing my first bars actually in January, you know, of 2014. So that's when I was like writing my first rhymes, and then you know, and even then I didn't even know if I was gonna be a serious rapper yet. I didn't know if this was just something I was gonna do for fun or if like I was gonna get serious with it. But you know, after some meditating on it, you know, and after some practicing it more, I did get serious about it. You know, of course that's when I went to Derail. You know, um, and I've been doing it for
I think
about 9 years now.
I think back then your vocal vision with as far as the delivery was very clear, especially when you were writing lyrics. The cadence of the delivery was thought of in the writing process, and that's important for hip hop. Like you need to know when you're writing something, you need to know how it will correspond with how you can deliver it. I think that was really clear, but the lyrical vision wasn't as clear yet as
No.
it is now. Now it's a lot more clear. Now I think they're both clear, but I think back then you had a really strong start because the vocal vision was very clear. Like when you came into the studio, even being like a freshman rapper, the vocals were down. Like the way you wanted to deliver it was well set in stone. I think that's important. When you come in for a studio performance, always be fucking prepared, because like when you go to the studio and you're paying by the hour, like, and the clock's ticking, you need to know what you're gonna do, because like people that come into the studio not prepared, it never works out well.
No, because then that's your own money going into the drain. So
100%.
So was that the question you asked me? How long have I been doing it?
Yeah, and then who are your biggest inspirations to rap?
Oh, my biggest inspirations. I got so many of them. I think so. I mentioned earlier that I started off as as a metalhead. When I was first getting into music as a little kid. I'd say what was pretty much my bridge between from rock to rap was Linkin Park, because I was listening.
Feel that.
Yeah, because I was listening to a lot of Linkin Park when I was when I was when I was in 10th grade of high school. And of course Linkin Park, they're a rock rap band. And then I was really inspired by Mike Shinoda, Linkin Park's rapper. I could relate to him quite well, and I even in fact around the time I was first writing my lyrics, I even discovered his Fort Minor album, The Rising Tide, that he did in 2005. I discovered it, listened to that album, and I was like, wow, wow, I've really been missing out on some hella dope music. And of course I I can relate to Mike Shinoda. Not to mention I can relate to his 2018 album. What was it called? Post traumatic. Like post traumatic. But yeah, Mike Shinoda, I totally relate to him. So definitely Mike Shinoda was one of them. Eminem for sure. I have to say, yeah, I know. I know Durrell and I are just two more white rappers that are inspired by Eminem. I know that sounds
Shady got bars though.
Yeah, you gotta admit. I mean, I know it sounds cliche that we're a couple of white rappers getting inspired by Eminem, but you gotta admit, Eminem, he's Eminem. There are plenty. I know there are plenty of black rappers inspired by him. So yeah, Eminem was definitely one of them. Ice Cube, yeah, another big inspiration for me.
I think I would say that you're most similar to Ice Cube.
Really?
I think so.
I can see why.
At least in the earlier days, I think like rhythmic style, delivery, lyrical style, flow, I think is very close to Ice Cube.
Oh, I've always been inspired by Cube. Even before Straight Outta Compton, the movie came out. I was always inspired by Cube. Cause Cube, he's very hard. He's very hardcore. And I mean, the thing about Cube that makes me relate to him the most is that Cube is one of those very like narrative rappers. A lot of people see him as a gangster rapper, but he really he ain't really all that like gangster, because he's kind of like, and if you see Straight Outta Compton, there's a scene where he's getting interviewed by a journalist. He compares himself to the journalist. He's like, oh, I'm like you. I'm like a journalist. I report what's going on in in Compton. That's practically the track I've always been on. Just rapping about my life. Reporting what goes on in my life. And like you said, I was like, very hardcore like him, and my rhyme schemes were, quite similar to him. So yeah, Cube has been a big inspiration. Definitely Tupac, definitely Biggie, definitely Nas. Pretty much like all like the old school greats, because I mean, really the only new school rappers I was really inspired by were like the real lyrical ones, like Big Sean, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Hotson. Yeah.
Who are your biggest inspirations in rock?
Oh, definitely. Well, yeah. So I was talking about hair metal bands earlier. Yeah, definitely all the bands that were like part of like the glam metal scene in the 80s. In fact, there's very underrated band named Living Color, who's known for being an all black band in the 80s. I even saw them at Riot Fest when Dad got me tickets to that. That's another thing that brought me back to rock. Because I've always liked Living Color. Yeah, Living Color was definitely one of my inspirations. I mentioned Twisted Sister, Poison, Def Leppard, and Cheap Trick, because I actually saw Cheap Trick, Poison, and Def Leppard in concert in the summer of 2009. So yeah, they definitely set the tone for my rock inspiration. Definitely Kiss, because my dad actually got me tickets to see Kiss for my 12th birthday. So Kiss was a big inspiration, and then when I got older, I got inspired by the more heavy metal bands. Definitely Rage Against the Machine, Disturbed, Papa Roach, Slipknot. Did I say Rage Against the Machine already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you did.
Yeah, definitely Rage. Well, yeah, pretty much a lot of like the new metal bands and the heavy metal bands are like even still playing to this day. Because Slipknot's got a new album, Metallica's got a new album. I know Avenged Sevenfold is yeah, I was definitely inspired by Avenged Sevenfold. They're still active. Korn, uh, Rob Zombie, Skillet. Yeah, Skillet's been a huge inspiration of mine. So yeah, pretty much just like big metal bands like them.
How long have you been playing the guitar?
So I said earlier that I started when I was 11. I played So there was a period of time when I was playing guitar from when I was 11 up until I was like maybe 14. I stopped after that because I was really focused on playing football. Football became my passion after that. I was playing high school football. Um, I played at one school, and then in Elgin, for Elgin High School, and then the next year, I moved to St. Charles, where D-Rail and I met at North High School, same school we went to. I played football for them, in 10th grade, and then after that, I was like driven away from guitar, especially when I started rapping, because it was actually just after my 10th grade season of football when I was rapping, and I even called it quits on sports to be a rapper, And I'll be honest, I wasn't all that good at sports either. And in fact, D-Roll, you probably even remember when I did a diss track against my teammates back in Elgin. Do you remember that?
I do vaguely.
Yeah, because
Vaguely.
because I hate to be negative, but a lot of my teammates, throughout my football career were assholes. I guess I was pretty much taking the low road by dissing them, especially after it's been quite some time since I played with them. So I guess maybe if I had the chance, if I could actually go back in time and reverse that, maybe I would. But hey, music's about getting your emotions out, expressing yourself, right? So I let out what was on my mind at the time, and I did it. But yeah, anyway, going back to your question, I started getting back into guitar recently. I recently got myself that Leo James guitar with the American flag symbol on it. I've been playing that lately, and really I'm just trying to like get through my regression because I've been out of it for so long. So I'm trying to relearn what I knew as a teenager. Just practicing, taking lessons, and getting better. So I can. I'm even trying to come up with some solos for my first rock album, and yeah.
I heard you're working on your debut rock album. How's that going?
Yes, yeah. I knew you were gonna ask me that because I just brought it up. So it's going well. I got some pre-made instrumental stems from bands that are already recorded. So now I'm at the point where I just got to record my vocals and my guitar solos.
Hey, that means I don't need to record drums. Woohoo!
No. Well, yeah, no, not even gonna record no drums. No, I already got the drum beats done, and they're not even done on a hip hop drum machine like some real drummers did. These are the same beat companies that do instrumentals for rappers. But they have like real like rock instrumentals, done by bands. So yeah, I'm gonna have limited leases to them, and then I just gotta add my vocals and the guitar solos I came up with, and then I'll have it ready. I've been very indecisive on what the album was gonna be called, but I decided to settle on it being called "Half the Kid I Used to Be," because it's rock and roll, something I haven't gotten back into since I was a kid. So it's like I'm really half the kid I used to be.
When do you think it will come out?
So the big parts of it are already done. I have the instrumentals lined up. Like I said, all that remains is just recording vocals and guitar instrumentals.
The other half is mixing.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's gonna take a little bit.
Oh yeah, of course. And then there's the mix. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard because the instrumentals are are in stems. They're tracked out.
Well, that's good, but I'd say production of a heavy metal album takes anywhere from, it's usually about 2 to 3 8-hour shifts per song, typically, to mix heavy metal, assuming we're between like 50 and 70 tracks.
Actually, it's not. Actually, there's actually this album is actually not going to be all metal. In fact, there's actually only like I think there's only like a couple songs that are like really like really headbanging metal. Most songs on the album are actually going to be punk rock and alternative rock. Actually, there's even I even have a song on there that's gonna sound like southern rock, and some of them even country rock. Cause I like country too.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not. There's only gonna be 2 songs there. They're like really like banging metal. Most of it's gonna be punk and alternative rock, like in the style, like I'd say in the style of like maybe like Nirvana, Foo Fighters, Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden. Bands like them. There's definitely gonna be some grunge in there. So anyway, going back to your question. I think it'll be released as early as the middle of this year in 2023. My goal is definitely to have it done this year. I mean it's only January. It's only January. So I got time. So I'm not gonna rush because D-Roll, this. You can't rush art. You can't.
You gotta slow it up.
No, you can't. You can't rush your music.
Even some hip hop albums take a couple years.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think everybody should have. See, the way you do it, you typically tend to write the whole album and then come into the studio. Most people, what they do is they'll write a few tracks. They'll record some of them, go back, write some more tracks, and then it's kind of like a ongoing process. And I think that's, as far as refining an album, I think that's actually the better way to do it, because then they can sit on tracks and stuff that's done, and they can think about it, and then anything that needs to get changed, like they have all of that time to really think on it from the earlier songs.
This album's gonna be no different with that, because like I said, I have my lyrics, I have all my lyrics written, and I'm definitely gonna come to the studio with everything ready to go. All the songs ready to go, so it's gonna be no different this time. But yeah, I'm not gonna rush it. But yeah, I think it's only like I said, it's only January. So I think it'll be done as early as some point this summer. Maybe in the fall, possibly maybe even like winter, like November. But yeah, as early as this summer.
Are you gonna do shows after that?
Well, yeah. Every rocker has to do shows once they put on an album. I'm gonna have to get for this time I'm gonna have to get a band together. I really just need a drummer and a bassist. Maybe an extra guitarist because I'm gonna be doing some soloing, and it'd be helpful to have someone doing the riffs. But yes. When I get done, I'm definitely gonna recruit some other musicians. Like I said, at least a drummer and a bassist to perform with me at shows. But D-Real and I know some people that can do that. We can find them, right? Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. So yes. I definitely plan on doing shows. Yeah, I just got to get the right people together. Make sure we all got the songs down, and I'm gonna kind of do it like Machine Gun Kelly does. Because I'm not a big fan of MGK, but he's got people that he brings together in a band. I don't know how we got Travis Barker from Blink-182 to join him. That was quite lucky there. I don't know if just because they're good friends or something. But anyhow, yes, I'm gonna get the right people together and for those performances.
Just one more question. I know your last album, Autistically Dope 2, was quite politically driven. Is your rock album going to be politically driven at all?
Absolutely not. No way. Because
I think that kind of dichotomizes your audience a lot.
yeah, absolutely not. Yes, I was very politically driven on my last album. You know, I was because at the time, you know, I'll be honest. You know, I had a lot of far left views. You know, mainly because I was this unlucky American citizen that met conservatives that were assholes. Hardcore Trump supporters. You know, that were just downright mean. But you know, I guess I was just unlucky because you know the truth. You know, because you know I had to come to realize that there are conservatives that are good people, even ones that support Donald Trump. I'll be honest. I am still opposed to Trump. You know, mainly because of his attitude and his lies. So and his bigotry. I'm not going to go too much into that because actually something that because now I'm actually apolitical. Now I consider myself apolitical. I don't even consider myself a Democrat anymore. I thought I was a Democrat before, mainly because I support LGBTQ rights, Black Lives Matter, and I'm opposed to Trump. But you know, I learned you know from this American government class I took last year actually that there's way more to being liberal than just having those stances because there are Republicans that have those stances. But anyway, no, I'm totally apolitical now. I'm not Democrat, Republican, or any third party. In fact, I actually learned from Bret Michaels, the lead singer of Poison. A lot of people know him as for hosting the TV show Rock of Love. But anyway, I've seen Bret Michaels in concert 3 times, and every time he's had a no politics policy, with his fan base, and I think that's amazing. Because like you said, if I get politically driven in my rock career, that'll minimize my audience, right?
It won't necessarily minimize it; it'll dichotomize it.
Yeah. Yes.
Slide it up.
Yeah. So like I said, the truth is, there's ignorance really on every side. Like not even just with our major party system, but third parties. There's I learned in my American government class that there's ignorance in the Democratic Party, Republican Party, Libertarian Party. You name it. So I think it's in my best interest to just stay out of politics. Just focus on music, and you kind of do the same thing, don't you?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I know most of your stances are. Yeah, I know most of your stances are liberal with the exception of gun control.
I'd say so. I don't know. I'm pretty apolitical too. I think just like follow logic and just like do whatever helps the most amount of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
do whatever the greater good is for everybody.
Yeah, that could be that could be with any party, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Green, you name it. That could be with anyone. So the point is, there's good and bad in every political party. So I decided to just stay out of it. Be independent. Whatever they call it, apolitical.